Good evening, East Alabama, and welcome into the Locker Room presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond. I'm Namath Pitts. Happy Friday afternoon. We hope to finish the week in a strong way today as we have action from last night, senior night for the Weaver Bearcat Wrestling program. We're going to talk about Coach Andy Fulmer's team's duel against Coach Frank Hartzog in the Alexandria Valley Cub. We have the Alabama Sports Writers Association basketball rankings. And then in our last segment today, we're going to talk about Etowah, set to host a big basketball tournament this weekend. A Ohatchee softball player has signed to play college softball. And then the Talladega Tigers have made themselves a new hire in terms of the football program. And it's a local guy from right here in East Alabama who is returning back to East Alabama to be the new head coach at Talladega. We've got a great show, but don't forget, before we do anything else, to stop what you're doing right now and hit that like and follow button on our East Alabama Now page so that you don't miss the Locker Room. I don't want you to miss anything. We're here every weekday, Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Next week will be a normal week for us, Monday through Friday, but the following week, and we'll remind you of this next week, the following week, we will not have the Locker Room. I will be in Chicago visiting my brother who's graduating from the Navy, and so there will be no Locker Room show the week after next. But again, next week will be normal schedule as we're getting more senior nights in. There's a lot of senior nights taking place in wrestling and basketball, and we continue to cover those unlike anyone else here in East Alabama. Hey, before we show you the highlights from Weaver last night, I want to remind you of someone that is partnering with us to bring you those highlights, and our highlights are presented by Lindsay Barger of Really Real Real Estate. That could be a tongue twister, but I'll tell you what's not a tongue twister, and that is, man, just the quality of what you're going to get by partnering with Lindsay Barger to help you with your real estate needs. And I got to ask you, are you ready to get rid of your home? Maybe you want to buy a personal home. Maybe you want to buy land to build a dream home. You want to sell a rental home. Maybe you just want to buy a home to flip and resell. Whatever it is, whether you're ready to buy or sell, Lindsay Barger would love to help you through the process, and she is your friend, truly, through the process. And so I know that 100%, without a shadow of doubt, she would love to guide you in the process today. So if you want to get in touch with Lindsay Barger, all you got to do is call her at 256-441-2389. You can also find her on Facebook and Instagram. Make sure to go like and follow her at Lindsay Barger. You see her name right there, lindsaybarger.realtor. Again, Lindsay Barger with Really Real Real Estate brings you the highlights each and every day on the Locker Room as we continue on this Friday afternoon. Let's go out to Weaver High School. Senior night for the Bearcats. First senior up is senior Eric Kirby Barnes for the Bearcats. Next up is senior Christopher Thornton. You see Chris Thornton right there with his family. And then the final senior is the lone female senior, Kinley Fulmer, daughter of head coach Andy Fulmer. I had a little brain fart there for some reason. Coach Fulmer. All right, speaking of Fulmers, here's Kel Fulmer wrestling Jeremy Lambert of Alexandria. Jeremy Lambert's going to get 2 takedown here in the second. Fulmer looking for a turn. He's not going to get it. And Troy Patterson is going to give 2 takedown for Jeremy Lambert. There's Coach Andy Fulmer. His team's coming off a state duels championship this past Friday, or a week ago. Actually, it was a week ago at the Bill Harris Arena. Kel Fulmer, Jeremy Lambert. Kel Fulmer this time looking to get an escape. He's going to sit back. He's in a little bit of a scramble position right here, and he's just going to run with it, throw the half in, as Kel Fulmer is going to turn Jeremy Lambert to his back and look for the pin. Let's see if he gets it. He's getting back points, and boom, Kel Fulmer is going to be the winner by pin over Jeremy Lambert of Alexandria. There's the head coach of the Alexandria Valley Cubs, Coach Frank Hartzog. His team's dropping from 5A to 4A next year, getting a little early sneak peek of what it would be like to be in 4A this year as he wrestles Weaver on senior night. Here's Peyton Andrews and Hudson Hartzog, son of Frank Hartzog. Peyton Andrews got the cradle in, looking for the pin. Got to keep 2 supporting pieces in bounds. He has that with his feet right now. He's got to keep them down. And Peyton Andrews is going to get the win by pin over Hudson Hartzog. Here's Hayden Heiss of Weaver. Jonathan Santos of Alexandria. Heiss is going to throw a leg in. Now he's looking for the power half off of the legs, and Heiss is going to turn Santos, sink it in deep, and he's going to look for the pin on Jonathan Santos. Hayden Heiss is going to be the winner by pin. Now it's Preston Jones versus Dalton Fink. Preston Jones, one of the top wrestlers in 5A. Dalton Fink, one of the top wrestlers in 1A through 4A. but it's going to be Preston Jones who's going to stick Dalton Fink in the first period as Preston Jones gets the first points of the duel for Alexandria. You see him right there looking at coach, just trying to sink it in. Look like he's got some barbed wire, some bundles in as Preston Jones is going to get the pin over Dalton Fink. Here's Gabriel Snyder and Ball Dakota of Alexandria. Ball Dakota looking to sink in the cradle, and he's looking for some back points on Gabriel Snyder. Needs to get that knee in the hip if you're Ball Dakota, and he is going to do it. Let's see if Troy Patterson's going to give him the pin. He's going to get some back points for sure. Does he get the pin before the end of the period? Gabriel Snyder still kind of fighting. I've been in this position before. What you don't want if you're Gabriel Snyder is you don't want him to readjust that knee into the hip, and that's exactly what Ball Dakota did. Low time, period's about to end. 3, 2, and boom. That is a winner by pin for Ball Dakota of Alexandria. This one's Dylan Brown and Corey Owens of Alexandria. This was a good match right here. You see Brown and Owens looking for 2 takedowns. I apologize, guys. For some reason, I've got the yawns all of a sudden. But Dylan Brown, can he get Corey Owens on his back? Corey Owens doing a good job of immediately hipping down, getting his knees there, but it's going to be 2 takedown Dylan Brown. Brown now on top, looking for the turn, throws a leg in. 1, 2 back points. So that's going to be 4-0 Brown. Corey Owens now looking to get a reversal. He's grabbing the ankle of Brown. Corey Owens looking at coach. Now he's just going to sit back, try to get his body over completely. And Corey Owens is now he's looking maybe a Merkle potentially on Dylan Brown. He can't really get his power half in to get enough on that to bring it over the knee and try to stack him with it. So he's just going to go around and get, if he can get that foot out, he's going to try to go around and get 2 reversal, but you got to clear that foot if you're Corey Owens. For Brown, Peterson potentially not enough possession there. Corey Owens doing a really good job though. He's going to get 2 reversal. And he's actually going to ride Brown out for most of the rest of the match, but going to lose by decision as Dylan Brown wins 4-2. Here's Gianluca Torres and Caden DeLine of Alexandria. DeLine's going to get 2 takedown on Torres, and then DeLine back on neutral again. This time going to look to finish again and get 2 more takedown on Gianluca Torres. This would be a decision as Caden DeLine will win 8-2. Here's Deshaun Kirby Barnes of Weaver, Tristan Page of Alexandria. This was a little bit of a match that went back and forth. Tristan Page looking to pin Kirby Barnes. That's Deshaun Kirby Barnes. Can Page get the finish? Well, we are about to see. And he does indeed. So Tristan Page is going to be the winner by pin over Deshaun Kirby Barnes. Here's Caden Thornton and Amaria Green of Alexandria. Thornton just going to sink in the cradle and looking to pin Green now and gets his knee in the hip and gets it. Caden Thornton's winner by pin. Here's Chris Thornton versus Jackson New on senior night. Thornton through the pass by, throw by, looking for the 2 takedown now. He's just got to return New to the mat and get 2 takedown. There it is, 2 takedown, and Thornton's going to end up winning a 3-2 decision over New. Here's Hunter Heiss and Owen Cromer. Heiss on top, looking for the pin, looking to turn. He's got a wing in. Now he's just going to go over the head, and Cromer is in a rough position. I'll tell you what, guys, this position hurts. Hunter Heiss, though, needs to get chest to chest, readjust. There he is. Get under the arm. That's what he's trying to do. Under the arm, under the head. You want to try to get, you can either go over or under. There he goes. And he's going to go, looks like he's under. Yep, see, guys, I should be a coach. All right, Hunter Heiss gets the pin for Weaver right before the end of the period. Here's Zachary Hooks and DeMarcus Williams of Alexandria. Hooks turns Williams. Hooks is looking for the pin. And Hooks is going to get it. There's a lot of close pins towards the end of the periods, but Zachary Hooks, more than enough time here. Just sinking it in deep on Williams. And Hooks is going to, at some point, man, I'll let this one roll. There it is. Zachary Hooks, winner by pin. Here's Brandon Jolliffe and Dean Boxley. This one was a decision match. Went down to the wire. Here's Jolliffe looking for the takedown. And he's going to take Boxley down for 2 takedown. They're back on their feet again. Jolliffe again. This time just going to turn him down, get the 2 takedown. Brandon Jolliffe would win the match by decision 7-6. And then here is Caden Green and Latrez Turner as Caden Green looks for the pin. And Caden Green is going to get it on Latrez Turner. Latrez Turner, senior for Alexandria. Caden Green, young team for Andy Fulmer, looking to get healthy down the stretch and get on weight as they get ready for the sectional tournament in 2 weeks. Caden Green was the winner by pin over Latrez Turner. And Weaver won the duel on senior night as the Weaver Bearcats, I believe, are going to finish the season 25-1, 26-1, 27-1, somewhere in that area. They only lost one duel on the season. It was to Mortimer Jordan, where both rosters were kind of sprinkled, and that happened earlier this week. Other than that, Andy Fulmer's team has been perfect on the season in duels. So congratulations. Great turnout last night for Weaver and Alexandria on senior night. Hey, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have the latest Alabama Sports Writers Association basketball rankings. Do not go away. You're watching The Locker Room, presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond.
Ted's Floors and Beyond is excited to introduce our all-new outdoor living collection. Have you ever dreamed of elevating or even creating an outdoor living space, whether it be for grilling, lounging, playing, entertaining, or just winding down? Our quality tile and stone, combined with our expert craftsmanship, will no doubt create unforgettable outdoor moments with family and friends, while also enhancing the beauty and value of your home. Call us today.
Ted's Floors and Beyond brings you The Locker Room each and every day. Ted's Floors and Beyond has all your flooring needs, whether it's hardwood, laminate, carpet, tile, luxury vinyl. They have it for you right there at Ted's. You can go by the showroom there in Anniston. You can pick out what you like, want, and need, and they can do that there at Ted's. Also, they've got their partnership with Weber & Cabinet and will offer you a complete kitchen or bath makeover. That includes cabinets, countertops, flooring, backsplashes, tile showers. They can get it done there at Ted's Floors and Beyond. And now they offer you work on your outdoor space, whether it's an outdoor kitchen, patio, or living space. They have specially made outdoor tiles and stones that can enhance your outdoor experience. Go by and see them today at their showroom in Anniston on Highway 431, right before you get to Sachs Elementary School, or visit them online at shopteds.com. That is shopteds.com. Ted's Floors and Beyond brings you The Locker Room. We continue on this Friday afternoon on The Locker Room, presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond. I'm Namath Pitts. Before the break, we were talking wrestling, but now we are going to talk basketball. You heard from the head coach of the Southside Lady Panthers yesterday, Coach Justin Bowen, and his team continued in the top 5 of the Alabama Sports Writers Association's latest rankings. And we have the rankings, just top 5 this time, not top 10. So let's get right into the action, starting with the girls in Class 1A. So again, these are the top 5 by each classification according to the Alabama Sports Writers Association. In Class 1A for the girls, Shoals Christian's number 5, they're 16-6 on the season. Elba's number 4, they're 18-4 on the season. Bell Green is number 3, they're 19-5 on the season. Skyline's number 2, they're 14-6 on the season. And the Spring Garden Panthers are number 1, they're 24-1 on the season, and that only loss came to a team out of state, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that was up in a Tennessee tournament, but I could be wrong. That loss could have came to someone else, but that's where I remember that loss coming from. Is Spring Garden, Coach Ricky Austin's team, led by Ace Austin, are number 1 in Class 1A. In Class 2A, coming in at number 5 is Lynette. The Panthers are 15-4 on the season. Locust Fork, the Hornets, who had an historic year in football, keep it going in basketball. They're 16-3 on the season, number 4. Decatur Heritage is number 3. They're 20-3 on the season. Really good team, by the way. Decatur Heritage, always very solid football and basketball. Cold Springs is number 2. They are 21-3 on the season. And then Mars Hill Bible out of Florence is number 1 in Class 2A, according to the sports writers, as they are 12-5 on the season in Class 2A. In Class 3A, Trinity Presbyterian is 17-5 and number 5. St. James is number 4. They're 21-4 on the season. The Trojans are. Number 3 is Clements, who's 16-7 on the season. The Plainview Bears are 23-4 on the season and number 2. And number 1 is Lauderdale County, who is 21-0, undefeated on the season. They sit at the top in Class 3A. In Class 4A, Priceville is number 5. They're 13-10 on the season. Jackson is number 4. They're 24-2 on the season. Deshler is number 3. They're 19-5 on the season. Good Hope is number 2. They're 22-2 on the season. And then Prattville Christian Academy is number 1. They are 19-5. They're not in the rankings, but number 6 was Anniston. Number 7 was Hanley, as those two are just outside the top 5 in the ladies in Class 5A. Or Class 4A, pardon me. But looking at Class 5A, Selma is undefeated, 19-0. They're number 5 according to the sports writers. Gulf Shores, the Dolphins, are number 4. They're 22-6. Justin Bowen and the Southside Panthers are number 3. They're 20-5 on the season. Pleasant Grove is number 2. They're 17-7 on the season. And Jasper is number 1. They are 19-4 on the season in Class 5A. Looking at Class 6A, Mortimer Jordan, the Blue Devils are number 5. They're 20-3 on the season. Park Crossing is number 4. They're 23-1 on the season. Hillcrest Tuscaloosa, the Patriots, are number 3. They're 19-7 on the season. The Cougars of Clay Chalkville are number 2. They're 22-2 on the season. And of course, they're on this historic run of state championships. Hazel Green's number 1. They're 23-4 in the season in Class 6A. And then in Class 7A, Hewitt-Trussville Huskies are number 5. They're 21-5 on the season. The Rebels of Vestavia Hills are number 4. They're 22-4 on the season. Hoover is 19-6. The Bucks are number 3. Sparkman is number 2 at 16-7 on the season. And then Bob Jones is number 1. They are 22-3 on the season. And that is your Alabama Sports Writers Association Girl Rankings that were released this week. And of course, we've shared with you guys the Coaches Association rankings and then the Alabama Sports Writers Association rankings. Now, I do not have a vote on these, but if I did, I'd have a little more respect for Anniston and Hanley. I'd have them a little higher in Class 4A, but that's just me personally. All right, let's take a look at the boys, starting with Class 1A. And we talked about the Spring Garden girls. Well, let's take notice of the Spring Garden boys. Number 5, Skyland. They're in both rankings. They're 16-4 on the season. Spring Garden, the boys are 19-3 on the season in both rankings. Marion County's number 3 at 18-5. Georgiana's number 2. They're 19-2. And Covenant Christian is number 1 at 17-8 on the season. In Class 2A, Collinsville is 16-8 on the season, coming in at number 5. Pisgah's number 4 at 9-6 on the season. Mars Hill Bible ranked in both rankings. They're 14-2, number 3 in the boys ranking. Red Bay is number 2 at 17-5. And then Lafayette is number 1 in Class 2A as they're 16-5 on the season. Class 3A, Providence Christian, 17-5 is number 5. The Bears of Plainview are ranked in both boys and girls. They're 21-5 on the season, coming in at number 4. Midfield, the Patriots are number 3 at 16-8 on the season. Houston Academy is number 2. They're 20-3 on the season. And Sumter Central is number 1. They're 15-3 on the season. In Class 4A, Hell County is 12-8 at number 5. Anniston, the Bulldogs, are number 4 at 14-7 on the season. Jacksonville Golden Eagles are number 3 at 20-6 on the season. The White Plains Wildcats, how about this? Jacksonville was number 1 last time. They fall to 3. White Plains is all the way up to 2. And Anniston's 4. You've got 3 Calhoun County teams right here in East Alabama at 2, 3, and 4 in Class 4A. And White Plains, Chris Reynolds' team's number 2 at 18-8. And then the Jackson Aggies are number 1 at 19-2. They're ranked both boys and girls. In Class 5A, Williamson's 20-6, coming in at number 5. Sardis is 4 at 22-2. Madison Academy, the Mustangs, are number 3 at 21-4. Defending state champion Valley is number 2. They're 13-1 on the year. And Fairfield is number 1. They're 21-2 on the season. Class 6A, Clay Chalkville, the Cougars are ranked both boys and girls. They're 19-7 on the season, coming in at number 5 in the boys ranking. McGill-Tulin is number 4. They're 19-5 on the season. Northridge is number 3. They're 21-2 on the season. Mountain Brook is number 2. They are 19-6 on the season. And then Buckhorn is number 1. And so they are 19-5 on the season at number 1. And then in Class 7A, coming in at number 5 is Thompson, who's 17-7. And then number 4 is Fairhope at 18-4. The Red Devils of Central Phoenix City are 3 at 22-5. Austin is number 2 at 22-4. And number 1 is Huntsville at 24-1. That is the Alabama Sports Writers Association, both girl and boy rankings for this week. Speaking of basketball, we'll talk more about it when we come back. We're going to talk about a team in Etowah County that's set to host a big tournament tomorrow, so do not go away. We have more when we come back on The Locker Room, presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond.
Ted's Floors and Beyond is excited to introduce our all-new outdoor living collection. Have you ever dreamed of elevating or even creating an outdoor living space, whether it be for grilling, lounging, playing, entertaining, or just winding down? Our quality tile and stone, combined with our expert craftsmanship, will no doubt create unforgettable outdoor moments with family and friends, while also enhancing the beauty and value of your home. Call us today.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today. For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
Welcome back into The Locker Room, presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond. I'm Namath Pitts. We continue on this Friday afternoon. It's looking like the weather's kind of cloudy out there, maybe a little rainy, may stay a little dry, I don't know. But I do know that John Holder can tell you more tonight on EAN News at 6:30 p.m., so make sure to check it out so you don't miss your weather update by John Holder. I preview tonight's basketball games, preview the Piedmont Dogfight Wrestling Tournament, have all the scores and stats from last night, and then Mike Stedham and Katie Edwards will bring you your local news. Hey, we talked about the Alabama Sports Writers Basketball Rankings in our last segment. Well, there is a big tournament taking place starting tomorrow right here in East Alabama at Etowah High School. And speaking of Etowah, you're going to see the Etowah Blue Devils hosting 14 teams this weekend. Etowah High School is going to host the 2024 Cooks Classic Boys Basketball Tournament. And here's the games by schedule as follows. Starting the day at 10 a.m. is the Bison of North Sand Mountain against the Falcons of Donahoe. Then at 11:40, Decatur, not Heritage, just Decatur, will face off against Talladega. Then at 1:20 p.m., Plainview, the Bears, one of the top teams in the state of Alabama, will play Jackson Olin. At 3 p.m., Fairfield will play Central Phoenix City. At 4:40 p.m., Lee Montgomery will play Blunt. At 6:20 p.m., Fort Payne will play Clay Chalkville. And then at 8 p.m., Etowah will play Springville. So again, 14 teams all playing at Etowah High School tomorrow. Springville, Etowah, Clay Chalkville, Fort Payne, Blunt, Lee Montgomery, Central Phoenix City, Fairfield, Jackson, Olin, Plainview, Talladega, Decatur, North Sand Mountain, and Donahoe. It's the 2024 Cooks Classic Boys Basketball Tournament. Admission is $10 with children ages 10 and under admitted for free. So just keep that in mind. If you got a 9-year-old, get them in for free tomorrow at Etowah High School. There's going to be a lot of good basketball at Etowah High School as they host the Cooks Classic Basketball Tournament. Hey, good news right here in East Alabama for 2 different places over the past couple days. Let's start out at Ohatchee. Now, I am really good friends with Wayne Carden and the Carden family. Wayne Carden is a historical figure From Welborn, well, now he gets to see his granddaughter make her presence known as she signs to play college softball. When Ellie Carden was only in 7th grade, Ohatchee head coach Kendall Poe suggested to her dad that Ellie should learn how to slap hit. Now, if you're not familiar with slap hitting, watch Alabama softball. You'll figure out about slap hitting real quick. But Wayne Carden set out about getting his daughter's lessons when it came to slap hitting. Lessons cost money, but patience is free. Not an easy lesson to remember, though. But Ellie Carden slapped her way to what you could say was a slap-happy day this week when she celebrated signing in the Ohatchee High School library as she signed to play college softball at Gadsden State University. Attendees of the Carden's fan club of sorts, based on her nickname, were 3 of her classmates, Briley Meyer, Kiana Garber, and Brianna Martin, who showed up at her signing in gray T-shirts, specially made with Carden's picture on the front and one word up top. And when the 3 stood side by side, they spelled out Ellie Belly Button. I don't know what that means, but that was pretty cool that those 3 did that for her. They celebrated her, and Carden will join several Calhoun County-based players in this Gadsden State softball program that's being revived. Carden is an all-county player. She batted .408 with a .480 on-base percentage last year as a junior. She also stole 17 bases and 17 tries. That means she was 17 for 17 on the season. And while new Gadsden State coach Ryan Clark is trying to establish this program, Carden is certainly going to be someone that's going to help contribute. And she took advantage of her opportunity to play at the next level. She gets to stay home, play close to home, and continue to play sports. So good luck to Ellie Carden as she has her future endeavors at Gadsden State playing softball, and we wish her the best of luck in everything she does. Also this week, there was another celebration down in Talladega County. It was a local guy coming back home. Damian Dorsey was once, at one point, Talladega County Central's head football coach, head boys basketball coach, and athletic director. Now 43 years old, having emerged from a 11-year journey as an assistant from South Alabama to North Alabama, he gets another opportunity. He's now 11 years wiser, too. This past Tuesday, Talladega High School hired their new head football coach, and his name is Damian Dorsey. Now, he'll finish out his work at Decatur High School, where he's at right now, where he's going to help the track team this spring. Then he's going to take over a Talladega program that is suffering through a 28-game losing streak, including an 0-for-20 mark the past 2 seasons. The Tigers have had 2 winning seasons since fielding winners in a row between 1992 and 1994. Damian Dorsey's got a tough region on his hands. The AHSAA reclassification has sent Talladega more south than the Tigers already were before, and they'll be in Region 3 the next 2 seasons, which features Booker T. Washington, Bullitt County, Cleburne County, Hanley, Montford, St. James, and Tallahassee. Dorsey knows what he has to do, he knows what he's taking on, and he believes he knows what to do to fix it. Dorsey comes at this job much more seasoned than back when he went 9-12 at TCC. He's now been an assistant at Greenville, Park Crossing, Bob Jones, and Decatur. Remember, Damian Dorsey once was a wide receiver at the University of Louisville. He once was a star player at Walter Webber High School before transferring to Anniston. So he's from right here. He was an offensive coordinator who in his last 3 years at Park Crossing, well, they had started a program and put it basically on the map. His last 2 stops have included passing game coordinator at Bob Jones in Decatur, where he coached in 2023. And this situation at Talladega is really much similar to Park Crossing, not that it's a new program, but it's trying to revive something to get it going, or basically try to get something viving. And so it's going to be a ground building process, but Damian Dorsey is certainly used to that. And we wish him the best of luck as he comes back to East Alabama to be the new head football coach at Talladega High School. And that is going to do it for us today. Thank you for watching The Locker Room. Thank you for supporting East Alabama Now. I'm Namath Pitts. Have a safe weekend. God bless. We'll see you back here Monday, 5 p.m.